Hi, everyone. Whew, it has been an extremely long 8 days. As I mentioned before, my uncle died on Sunday, and unraveling the life has been really difficult. So I'm going to knock out a lot of these videos today and tomorrow. So, Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 6, episode 22. So this really picks up exactly where the last episode leaves. And I, I don't, I did not like how half of the episode was the cookout or the barbecue or whatever. I felt that to be a bit ridiculously too long. The going back and forth and talking about Kiki, I thought was a bit much. With that being said, I have a few takeaways because I did not take that much away from it, but I do have a few takeaways. Number one, I've mentioned this before. People have told me that all the guys aren't Greek, and they are. And it was reiterated today. Maurice is an Omega. Kiki's husband is an Omega. And the thing that I mentioned is that I don't know too many Omegas that don't fight. Like when you buck, you better be ready to back it up. So I thought it was really ridiculous how Maurice was kind of running around and Kiki's husband was about it. And so they really had to kind of step in. And this is, fraught internally. I've seen a couple times where cues at a cookout, cues and the, y'all, cookouts with cues has always been the funniest thing. And because they bring all the meat and no sides. And I don't know what it is about omegas. They cook all meat and the sides are skimpy, if anything. It's like bread and meat, all kinds of meat. And I'd be like, where's the potato salad? Where's the watermelon? Anything. Baked beans. Anyway, that's what the women are for. So, needless to say, I've been where tensions will start rising, and you always do have that one Omega that ain't that will talk their ish, and they know which one that they can't cost too much because they don't get their butt beat. Because they know that you talk, you better be ready to back it up. Back it up. So I thought it was kind of interesting because Kiki's husband is that dude who's like, you better back it up. And Maurice was that, let me skip the loo because I'm not ready to back it up. And so you had the brother who was like, okay, let's trying to stand in between. I thought that was ridiculous. Maurice still is talking his ish after they leave. I have two takeaway points here. I thought it was very interesting how he immediately, when he realized when he went too far with my gosh, what is her name? Why is my name going blank? Let me go look at the cast. When Stormy, and he immediately went over there and was like, okay, my bad, I'm took it too far and I apologize. And I also thought it was um Martell, I actually do side with Martell in this when it comes to Keisha should have immediately, you call my man a B, should have said, hey, don't be calling my man a B. But she sat each time that he was called a B, not just in the meeting, but also in different other spaces, and did not say, don't call my man a B. And I think that that is, you know, problematic. And I think that Martell is right. If a wife should have been like, no, don't do that. You took it a bridge too far. Just like you would have expected the husband to stand up. I think that she should stand up just as much. So I agree with him 100% on that. Um, I actually do. I know that sounds strange, but I do agree with him on that. And even though they came to some type of understanding between Marceau and Stormy, I still think that I think that Stormy is able to be what Tisha is not willing to do. Um, the last thing I thought was really interesting about the cookout is when it's the Jeep. I loved, I've seen so many different iterations of Kimmy being so excited about this Jeep. And I loved how she responded, I loved how there was a response, how Mel responded. I thought that was so sweet. Just her excitement for that was really nice. I thought it was really nice that Mel and Stormy went to see about Kiki. So Mel goes to Kiki at the end of the episode. I don't understand the whole packing things up into a storage unit. I don't understand all of that. To when they move, I don't get that. I don't really believe in storage units, but okay. So I don't understand that. And Mel comes and she goes, she's talking to him about what's happening and what Tisha said and how much she liked her husband. And he's like, that's a lie. Look, I think Tisha and Kiki are both liars. So the truth is somewhere in the middle. Mel is going around to everybody trying to figure out like how to make peace, which is interesting. Sounds like she's producing, and I love Mel, but it sounds like she's trying to produce, which is fine. And she's like, look, take a drug test, right? So it was the whole drug test thing. And so she takes a drug test, right? And we discover that she's not on drugs and that this is all like natural, I guess. I which I thought was kind of like, oh, okay. Because that really does seem like some drug-ish behavior. Um, Other than that, I mean, oh yeah, okay. So Martell and Courtney and Chris. Chris is has one concern. He's like, I don't care where you go, but you still need to get up out this house. He's still not out the house, which is frustrating Chris to death. I say a victim. Get the sheriff over there and move his stuff on the curb. You can't reason with him. I'm done reasoning with him. I'm done talking. Serve this boy. Courtney gets a recap of how everything's going with everyone. The recap goes, and everyone's like, oh, this is how this goes. um, And Courtney's like, I do need it. He's like, I don't like how Marcel talks all these girls. It don't work. I don't like it. Um, how he treats the girls. He don't like it, and I get it. And he's like, maybe I should have a conversation to draw a line. They encourage him to have a draw a line conversation with him. We'll see how this goes. Um, Courtney and Chris are talking about doing a paternity test to see if, or some type of DNA test so they could see if they're related. Okay, whatever. Um, and I mean, they was joking about Martell, like maybe he needs to move to Atlanta. Maybe kind of like you need to maybe move to with Mel. That ain't gonna happen. So, I mean, I thought that, it was a chuckle here and there. Oh, Tiffany. I know that Tiffany should care about you, a mother. See, I would bring a child to a cookout. I, I now, if I thought it was rude on two things. Marcel and Tisha are sitting up there knowing that this brand new baby is sitting there and y'all smoking. I thought it was rude. Um, and I'm gonna flip it to the other side. If my baby is sitting there and they're smoking, deuces. I will talk to you from over there. I'll talk to you from a long way away. I would not be at the table. Twofold. Tiffany should have left, and Marceau and Tisha should not be smoking around the baby. Um, Actually, I mean, honestly, to me, there's not much that I felt was really that pressing. Um, and not much other discussion that I feel I cared that much to talk about. I am going to do my other podcast and I'm going to come back and finish the next episode from I think last week and then do this episode. I know I'm 3 weeks behind. I am so sorry, y'all.